What are you doing?
Abs are made in the kitchen, babe.
I think you've misunderstood that saying. Anyway, does it work?
You tell me.
In today's social media, fitness influencer obsessed society, abs are considered the pinnacle of health and fitness. Most gym goers aspire for nothing more than a pair of rock solid abs that you can grate cheese on, but in hindsight that's probably not the most hygienic way to eat your pasteurized cow's milk. I myself have strived for abs and through gritted teeth and determination have managed to get a few pictures of myself with abs that I can periodically circulate through my Instagram feed while I sit at home with my elasticated comfy pants on. I'm very aware of the irony that I barely have a six-pack as I film this video, however I am also 6 months into a bulk, so if I did still have a solid six-pack, I probably wouldn't be doing the bulk very much justice. Like a lot of things in life, I learned a lot through this process, so I'm going to share my results with you so you don't have to make all the mistakes that I made and you too can carry around a portable cheese grater. If you want. Number 1. You're too fat. Okay, calm down Karen before you get triggered and report me for offensive content. What I mean to say is your body fat percentage is too high. I mean, we all have a six-pack. I have a six-pack, you have a six-pack, even your nan has a six-pack. Abs, or a six-pack, refers to the rectus abdominis, which is a segmented muscle located on the front of your abdomen between your lower ribs and pelvis. Their purpose is to protect the trunk, allow movement and hold organs in place by regulating abdominal pressure. So why can't everyone see their abs? So there are several reasons for this, which I'll be covering in this video, but the most important factor is your body fat percentage is too high. Your abdominal muscles can only be seen when your body fat percentage is low enough to show them. In men, this is usually between 5 to 15%, and women is usually 15 to 25%. So simply lowering your body fat percentage is a surefire way to reveal your abs. However, just because something is simple doesn't mean it's easy. I believe the most effective way to do this is to be in a slight caloric deficit, aiming to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week depending on how much weight you have to lose. Number 2, you're training wrong. When you think of ab training, what comes to mind? For me, it's those 6-minute ab blaster videos that you used to get in the 90s, which have unfortunately begun to leak their way onto YouTube as well. If you don't know much about strength training or how to create your own workout, I'll link a video here where I go in detail about how you can create your very own workout at home. You're welcome. But to quickly summarize the video, there are 3 different rep ranges for building muscle. 1 to 5 is strength, 6 to 12 is hypertrophy, and 13 plus is endurance. If you're looking for muscular development and aesthetics which is needed to define and build your abs, you really need to focus on the hypertrophy rep range, 6 to 12 reps. However, whenever I go to the gym, I always see people doing sets and sets and sets of sit-ups, which is actually working in the endurance rep range. If you can easily perform 12 bodyweight sit-ups, you will need to progress the exercise to make it more effective. To do this, you can increase the exercise difficulty or by adding resistance. Treat your core like you treat any other muscle group. Work it hard and ensure to perform progressive overload. Progressive overload is increasing the weight, frequency, or number of reps each week. So if 1 week you can do 8 weighted sit-ups, the next week you want to try and get at least 9. My 3 favorite ab exercises are the decline sit-up, hanging leg raises, and Roman twists. I feel like these 3 movements enable me to hit all areas of my abdominals and are easily scalable to ensure continuous progressive overload. As the abdominals are such a small muscle group, it's preferable to put them at the end of your training session. However, if your training incorporates the main compound movements like squats, bench, and deadlift, your core is trained simultaneously while performing these movements, so supplementing isolation core exercises is not even necessary in most cases. Number 3. You've got terrible genetics. When it comes to having a great looking six-pack, genetics do actually play a magnificent role. You could follow the first 2 roles, you could train perfectly, you could get your body fat down to minus 10% and still not have great looking abs. Take The Rock for example. This guy knows a thing about training and nutrition, and in today's standards, this guy's abs are considered mediocre at best. Abs come in all shapes and sizes, 4-packs, 6-packs, 8-packs, some just aren't as prominent, like The Rock's for example. However, just because you don't have the greatest ab genetics doesn't mean you can't build a great physique. I mean, I don't think anyone would say that The Rock doesn't have a great physique, and if they did, I'm pretty sure The Rock would have this to say. It doesn't matter what about my abs. Another genetic component that affects our abs is where we store our body fat, and I'd say about 99% of us will store our body fat around our abdomen region, and this makes sense because it's there to protect our vital organs. However, there is the 1%, the genetic elite, who don't store any body fat on their abdomen, usually on their lower back or legs. If you're an Instagram influencer, this works really well in your favor because pictures of abs get about 4 times the amount of clicks as pictures of you holding up a chickpea omelette that you proudly cooked. I'd say a great example of this is Matt Does Fitness. There are lots and lots of people who've made videos on him calling him a fake natty. However, I've followed this guy for years. I'm pretty sure he just has favorable body fat distribution, which makes him look lean year round. He even posted a picture recently where he had lost 7 kgs and you can't see any difference in the photos. Obviously goes to show that he doesn't store any body fat on his front region. So it just goes to show that ab visibility is not a great indicator of your body fat percentage, and you're much better off tracking your own measurements, keeping a diary, and keeping your own reliable data. Number 4, you're posing wrong. Now this final one could actually be the difference between you having a 6-pack right now or not having a 6-pack at all. When you start taking regular pictures of yourself, it becomes very apparent that there are certain situations where you can make yourself look better than you actually do in real life. I actually made a video about this where I went from fat to fit within 5 minutes. And for those who are interested, I'll also link that video here. However, if you haven't seen the video, I'll go over the premise of the video now. Basically, lighting is everything. Usually downlighting is the best for showing your abs as it creates kind of a shadow that perfectly highlights the region and allows the abs to really pop. Once you have your lighting, you simply want to practice your posing techniques, contracting your abs and also twisting to help accentuate your abs as well. I'm afraid this isn't a miracle cure. Like if you don't have abs whatsoever, standing under downlighting and posing isn't gonna miraculously give you a 6-pack. However, if you do have some kind of minor definition, I urge you to go and try it out. And it is really good motivator and actually makes you realize that you look a lot better than you think you do. Also be aware that most gyms and clothing stores are privy to this information. So when you're in the gym or you're buying those new clothes and you feel amazing and then you get home and you try it back on and you're like, oh, I don't look as good as I'd looked in the store, it's because of the lighting, so be careful of that when you're out shopping. So, how do you get abs? So to summarize the video, to get abs, you're gonna need to get your body fat percentage low enough that your abs are actually visible. To help build them and make them as strong as possible, you're gonna wanna make sure that you're training the compound movements as well as doing some hypertrophy isolation ab exercises as well. Once you have some ab visibility, you then wanna go and find yourself some downlighting, pose in tents, and snap about 8,000 Instagram photos. Then sporadically post them to your Instagram, sit back, relax, and wait for your Gymshark sponsorship to come through. Okay, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you found it useful. Drop any comments if there's any videos you'd like to see me do in the future, and I'll see you in the next one.
You tell me.